Hello and welcome back to the Dolecast, episode 147, I think it is. I am your host, Daniel Houston. I am riding absolutely solo this week. I am 100% totally by myself. There's no producer, there's no nothing. This might be the latest I've ever recorded an episode. It is 25 past midnight on Tuesday morning. I'm busy all day Tuesday, so I don't have any other time to record this episode, and then this goes out on Wednesday morning. So, welcome to this late night edition of the Dolecast. You're very welcome. Thanks for joining me. I don't know what this button is. Fair enough. I need to use the buttons more. I kind of want to get a wee table or something. I tell a lie, I'm kind of missing the old setup. In terms of, like, the old setup had, like, basically the Roadcaster was just level with me, and I could just hit a bunch of buttons and stuff. And then I didn't really use them, so I was like, oh, we can get it on a coffee table instead. And now that it's on a coffee table, I kind of want to use it. But listen, I'll fill you in with my week, folks, sure. Seeing you all last. I've had a tough one. I have a tough one. I'm actually glad to be doing a podcast because it means I can get a few things off my chest that I've been just needing to get off my chest. This weekend, don't want to call it the worst weekend ever, but I think probably the worst weekend of my year so far. Definitely top 3. I can't think of any that would come close to it, but hey ho. Basically, Friday night, it's my mum and dad's 25th wedding anniversary this week. Shout out to them, 25 years strong, ka-ching. What's this button? Bruh. Fair enough. And basically my grandparents were throwing a celebration. They said, nothing massive. They were like, here, just come around to our house for Chinese, and that was all good, all gravy, thanks very much. Just turn my mic up a wee bit, don't worry about it. They were like, yeah, come around to our house for a Chinese, and we were like, sweet. It was kind of meant to be a surprise, so they gave me the money for the Chinese. They were like, listen, you go pick it up, your mum and dad don't know they're necessarily coming over for a Chinese. I was like, right, sweet. And then Connie, my girlfriend, who's been in this podcast many times, was travelling down to my house. She was meeting me beforehand, and I had got tickets for us to go and see the new Naked Gun film after. More on that later. And she was coming down. She lives about 45 minutes away from me, which kind of sucks the old petrol, as we'll learn as we go together. I mean, me and you, this podcast, not me and Connie, but me and you on this podcast. And then about 15 minutes out from my house, I get a phone call from Connie, and she is saying, oh, like, something really is wrong with my car, like my clutch isn't really working properly. And I was like, listen, I'll be fully honest, I wasn't taking it as seriously as I could have been. I was kind of like, yeah, 100%, no worries, you're 10 minutes away from my house, you'll be fine. She's on the motorway. I said, you'll be fine. Listen, if worst comes to worst, like, get your car to my house and I can drop you home. She said, I'm going to ring my dad, I'll ring you back. I said, no bother. A couple minutes later, I get another phone call. Connie is now in tears, and she says, my clutch will not go up. I can't get in gear. I'm pulled in at the side of the road with my hazards on. And I went, right, okay. And my mother came in to see me and was just, I love my mother to bits, but I think the phrase I would use would be talking guff. And I had to basically be like, zip your lid, mother. Mama. Oh, I don't know, I'm not saying that again. I ran downstairs to my dad and was like, Connie's just stuck in the road, we need to go. And this is probably a niche one. There's a scene in the new Fantastic Four movie, shout out if you've seen it, I loved it, where towards the end of the film they're on like a talk show, and they basically get like a wee thing on their watch, a wee alert that's like something mental's happening, you need to go, and they all run out of the talk show, and it's like a really cool shot of them running down the corridor of the studio that they're in, and that was me and my father run out to my car, where I thought Connie had pulled in on the side of the road. She was literally 2 minutes away from my house, but this was like rush hour traffic, where there's a wee slipway on the road for like a bus stop, and I thought she pulled in there. She was in the middle of the road, not the middle of the road, but like she was in a lane of road, and this is a busy junction coming off the motorway, and my dad jumped out like David Hasselhoff or whatever, and ran over. I had to get round a very busy roundabout in North Belfast, and then get round, and then Connie's hazards were on, and I had to me and my dad had to push the car off the road. Then there was this guy jumped out. This might be a bit, I don't know. This guy jumped out of a van. He pulled in, and he jumped out and he ran over to us. And he's pushing the van. And he was like, I just hate it when like you see people broken down and just no one gets out to help. I kind of looked at him as if like, yeah, we get like you're helping. We appreciate it. Thanks very much. Then another guy actually stopped and was like, flat tire, is it? And we were like, no, like absolutely destroyed clutch. So yeah, so that then meant Connie stayed at mine. No, she didn't. I then couldn't pick the Chinese up, which is meant to be a surprise. I'm gonna do something disgusting here. I'm gonna hope listeners didn't hear that. Listen, it's, you know what? It's 11:30. It's half past midnight. You get what you get. Oh my goodness, I'm glad. This is gonna be a deep cut. I'm glad this isn't 4D. Spy Kids, I think it was the fourth Spy Kids movie, had this big massive promotion that it was in 4D, and I think you had like scratch and sniff cards that at different points in the movie you scratched your card and sniffed it, and that's what the characters are smelling on screen. If this podcast had magical scratch and sniff cards, people will be throwing up. Anywho, I'm having a sorry. This is again totally unrelated. I'm gonna be murdered for this. I'm drinking a white mocha from Starbucks, like wee sachets, banging 10 out of 10. Anyway, I just love wee mocha. We slut for a mocha. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Slag. Anywho, sorry. Yeah. So I had my mum had to go and pick up the Chinese, which is kind of meant to be a surprise. Oh well, what can you do? And then Connie's father arrived, and the AA were coming, blah, 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 and I then drove to my grandparents' house, had the Chinese, and then Connie met me there after, and then we went to the Naked Gun. I love the first Naked Gun. I actually haven't seen the second. I think there's 3. Let me look this up. How many Naked Gun movies are there? I know the second one's called like Naked Gun 2.5 or something. There's 3. Yeah, so Naked Gun 33 and a third, and then there's Naked Gun 2.5. The first one is, oh my goodness, Leslie Nielsen was in over 100 films. Maybe that's not a huge thing. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I actually do. I've heard the other 2 aren't as good, but I want to watch them at some stage. I think they're on Paramount Plus, which is a ridiculous. Oh my goodness, Aaron's up. Sorry, that's unrelated. Aaron's in a different country right now. He's 8 hours ahead of me. Which means I'm recording the podcast. I'm gonna send him a Snapchat actually. Man, I'm live in the podcast here. I'm just letting you know I'm recording the podcast so late this week. We're only 10 minutes in. You'll be listening. I think you listen, so you'll be hearing this. I'm recording right now, and I've just been like, "Oh, you're up. That's how late I'm recording this. Is you're actually up the next day." Sorry. Anyway, send that to him there. It's also his birthday today, because it's technically past midnight. It's also Aaron Gurley's birthday. Happy birthday, kid. There's a wee Snapchat filter for you there. Bosh. Happy birthday, son. Oh, why? Unreal. Um, Anywho, went to see Naked Gun. I'll say this, not my favorite film. I thought there were bits of it were hilarious. Jimmy Santoro bombs away. Which keep an eye out. You're getting the first trailer very soon. Um, is totally inspired by Naked Gun. Like a lot of the jokes are inspired by Naked Gun. Like a lot of it, and even I was watching the new one, going, "There's a lot of this is kind of similar, to what we've done in Jimmy Santoro." But I think feel like if it was like 45, I would have loved it. But I feel like it just kind of. I think a few jokes went on too long and stuff. I mean, who am I? Flipping, give me a movie critic. Not a movie critic, but you know that guy. I think he's a BBC reporter that when Robert Downey Jr. was doing Iron Man 3, he was basically like, "So tell me about all the times you loved cocaine and cat and Class A's," and Downey was like, "I'm just gonna go actually. If you're gonna be like that, that guy's a melter." Let me see if Aaron's replied. He has not. Sweet mate, don't worry about it. Open and all, don't worry about it. I'll turn my phone off, do not disturb, in case he replies. But yeah, so then, Saturday, I met Kieran Franco to take photos for him for something he's doing. And then we had Kill Your Darlings, run by Alan Irwin and Ronan Linsky, a gig that happens on Saturday afternoon at the Black Box. There's Aaron's replied there. I'm going to play these on the podcast. I hope these are appropriate because I do not want to have to edit this.
I'll be totally honest, I've just started the shower first off. I woke up to a text from my auntie.
I'm going to read, I'm going to, this is, I don't, I'm going to listen to the rest of this in my ear. Happy birthday. Okay.
I forgot, because I'm flat out, mate. Oh, I'm flat out. But anyway, do you know what's mental about this? I will listen to the episode you're recording now, today. What goes on? Up a Dolecast. Shout out. Much love.
Sorry, that doesn't make sense. This is Tuesday, so this will come out on Wednesday at 12, which will be... No, you won't. You're 8 hours ahead of me, so this will come out at 8 o'clock on Wednesday for you. Unless it is Wednesday for you. It can't be, because that's literal time travel. That can't be. That can't exist. Happy birthday. Enjoy that. And enjoy listening to this. Anywho, yeah. Naked Gun, enjoyable. Liked it. Kill Your Darlings. That's what I was talking about. Alan and Ronan run that gig. They both pulled out of that gig for various reasons. No bother. And then half the lineup pulled out as well. So I think it was just me, Kieran Franco, and Sarah Furby were the only confirmed acts. The gig ended up selling out. And don't get me wrong, Daniel Houston, big name on campus, but not really. But no one's back. It wasn't a Daniel Houston solo show. Wasn't the old Three Musketeers of Kieran Franco, Sarah Furby, and Daniel Houston, doing a three man show. So we needed to basically find another lineup. So me and Kieran left his house to go to Kill Your Darlings, which starts at 3. We left there just, I think, 12:30, maybe closer to 1:15. We arrived in the docks, not the docks, the roundabout at the docks on the M2, close to the M2 at that time. It just so happens that essential maintenance work was being done to the M3 from the 1st of August to the 4th of August. This happens to be the same weekend my girlfriend's car is broken down. So I was travelling back and forth to get her. And it also happens to be when me and Kieran had to be at this gig. What should have been a 5-minute journey took nearly 2 hours. It ended up, Kieran was setting up the gig. He set up the room. He ended up having to actually get out of my car and walk to the venue by the time I got parked. I was starving as well. I was working after that, and I just wanted to die. Got to the gig. I was wearing that morning it was like not sunny, not like pouring. It was just grey clouds, and me and Kieran were filming sketch and photos in like a forest park. So sorry if that's slurping on camera, by the way. I don't really care actually. Stuff you and your whole crew. Sorry about that. I don't know. I know I'm getting hostile, and I just hit the mic stand as well. New mic stand as well. I got me this. But anywho, I'm getting off topic. Yeah. So I went to Bunsen Burger while Kieran was setting up the room, and don't want to say people were rude, but like they kind of pushed past me a wee bit, and I was like, "Do you know what? With the weekend I'm having, oh, that's what it was. After Naked Gun, I dropped Connie home, so I drove 45 minutes from Belfast to where she lives, and then 45 minutes back to my house. So I was tired enough already. I'd done a journey that I didn't think I was going to have to do. Obviously, what can you do? You know, that's just what needs done. And then I then sat in traffic for close to 2 hours on Saturday afternoon. So, but you could say by the time I got to Bunsen, I was frustrated to say the least. And then, to make matters worse, then I got my Bunsen burger. That was fine. I got a double cheeseburger, unreal. Got back to the venue, got back to Black Box, took it out, and all the juices from the burger leaked all over Kieran's notebook. And I just felt like a scumbag. The burger was soggy. It was still nice, but like you would have thought you dropped it in the river ban. So that was good crack from Bunsen. It wasn't their fault necessarily, unless it was intentional. You know. So I hope it wasn't. But anyway, I digress. So then I went. Gig started. Sold out gig. Let's do it. I died on my bumhole. I think someone's been doing that's been doing stand up, but like a year and a half, ish. I would say every now and then I do a gig that I die on my hole so badly at that I have a few days of like, I need to quit this. I need to hang the jokes up. Saturday was kind of one of those days. There was 3 women talking at the side of the stage. You weren't even, if you're listening. I think you're out for a 40th. If you were listening, I hope you don't make it to 41. No, joking. Sorry, that's awful. I hope you make it to like 60 and further. But I got up to my set and they were just talking at like room volume to the point I had to address it and be like, "Can you stop talking?" And then that made the whole vibe weird, and then because I sound like a substitute teacher, which was horrific. And Talal Jomar was at the back of the room, and I walked off stage, and he went, "That was awful," and I went, "Yeah," and he followed me outside, and he was like, "No, like I didn't actually see your set," and I was like, "No, but you're bang on." It was awful. So what can you do? And then I had to go straight to work, and then I got home. My parents had picked Connie up and brought her to our house. She was staying over because she had a course in Belfast the next day that now without a car she couldn't get to. So then I had to drop her to that on Sunday morning, and then I had to pick her up from that, which is fine. And then I had to pick my brother up from something later that night, like 12:30. And this is the first time I've had a chance to just be like, oh my goodness, I feel like I've been hit by a 2-ton bus this weekend. I just, like, genuinely, I feel like a phone cab guy. If you don't make improvements, you're not he's my mate. Like, I literally, my entire weekend consisted of this. For audio listeners, it's just me holding the steering wheel of a car, just absolutely distraught. So yeah, good crack.
Bruh.
So it wasn't, but you know what can you do? And then today what did I even do today? I can't even think. Oh, I played paddle today. I love paddle. I am unreal at it. I'm not actually, well, I would consider myself a good beginner, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't say I'm intermediate, but I'm not bad as a beginner, if that makes sense. Um, Me, my two brothers, and my dad went to play it today. Uh, my father needs to learn his own strength. Hitting it a bit too hard, and uh, hitting the wall. Not that that's to those that aren't part of the paddle movement, they understand that that's a bad thing. So yeah, rematch next week. I think because my brother low key taught me a lesson. He didn't really. I kind of it was a shared lesson. It was like a private tutoring. There's Aaron sent me a wee text there. Uh, Aaron said, "Thank you and shout out to the pod." Shout out to the pod. This one you're listening to, the Dolecast. Yeah, I'd love to get some. No, I will say, paddle's expensive. I ordered a paddle racket during the week. I play probably once a week. My brother probably plays twice a week. And the rackets are expensive. So he asked me if I'd split a racket with him. I said, yeah, I'll split it. So we're playing a rematch next week. The paddle will have arrived by then. I kind of want to put a wee Dole decal on the side of it. But I think he'd blow his lid if I did that. So I probably won't. But yeah, and then yeah, I just love paddle. I just really like. There's something about it. I'm not a big sports guy anymore in terms of playing. I played rugby all through school, but like I wouldn't be a massive sports guy. I wouldn't be a massive athlete. But like flip, I love a wee bit of paddle. Like scratches away itch. Something about just hitting a green ball. The Grinches. No, it doesn't even make sense. Something about hitting a wee green ball across a net and someone else not being able to hit it in time that just makes you go, oh my goodness, unreal. And I just that movie Challengers with Zendaya and what is that guy's name? Mike Feist or something. Oh, who knows? Don't care. Can you hear me yawning? Oh no. Ugh. Nightmare. And how long are we in? 23 minutes. We're actually doing well here. Yeah, I felt like Challengers the whole time. I had the music playing in my head. Flip, you would have thought I put the soundtrack over the podcast, wouldn't you? No.
Wipe the smile of your face!
It's good to get the buttons a bit out of use again. What else did I have in my notes here to talk about? Oh, yes. Today, right, I found out was National Watermelon Day, which is kind of mad. And it got me thinking, like, why do we need all these different days, okay? August 1st, Friday there, was National Girlfriend Day. Me buying my girlfriend flowers, which don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing it. But I was, beep, that'll be £6, please. And I'm going, why? I love my girlfriend, but same as Valentine's Day or Father's Day or Mother's Day. Maybe not Valentine's Day as much, but my father would say to my mother, don't be getting me anything for Father's Day because it's just a made up thing for businesses to make money. To be like, get your Father's Day whenever, blah blah blah. Here's a bottle opener and it says Happy Father's Day on the side of it. That'll be £15. Anyway, so I have a list here of the dumbest national days. There's actually quite a few in each month. So this person says, my pick for January's dumbest national day is National Nothing Day, which occurs on each January 16th. This day seems to have no real purpose or way to celebrate it. Additionally, there is 1 in 7 chance that January 16th will be Martin Luther King Day, Jr., that is, effectively rendering this holiday obsolete. Honourable mentions go to National Personal Trainer Awareness Day. Be for real. Oh my goodness. National Kiss a Ginger Day. I've heard of that one, actually. I know boys would spray paint their hair on January 12th for that to happen. National Hot Buttered Rum. I don't even know what that is. National Fruitcake Toss. Knew a few boys would be into that as well. And National Backwards Day. We actually had a teacher in school that on Back to the Future Day, like it would have been 2015. I wasn't even in the school at this stage. 2015. Whatever date. Does he go back to October 25th? Oh, I need to look that up. For flip's sake. What day is Back to the Future Day? October 21st. Sorry. 2025 is the date Marty McFly No, 2015. Yeah, 2015 is the day that Marty McFly travels back to. So he came into school wearing two ties, the way they do in the future, which good crack, man. Anyway, sorry. So you know what? So what was January's biggest one there? National Nothing Day. Genuinely load of nonsense, like a load of nonsense. February's dumbest day is easily National Shower with a Friend Day, which is February the 5th. Why? Like it just makes no sense, man. This day is apparently supposed to be a way to educate people on the benefits of showering with filtered chlorine-free water, but how this is in any way relates to the day's title is lost on me. Absolutely. I'm skipping a few of these because they're just stupid. National Have a Coke Day, May 8th. That's one I can get around. The fizzy drink. I know some boys that National Coke Day would mean, getting a bag of the stuff out. But May 8th, look at me trying to talk about drugs if I know what it is. Get a bag. Man, I have no idea. I just have, one thing about Daniel Houston, he's never taken a drug in his life unless it's prescribed to him, but it just hasn't been. And no, that's a lie. Actually, I've been given, what do you call those? When I broke my collarbone, I was given pain relief. I remember in school, we were on a ski trip, and this guy basically tried to figure out if he could overdose on paracetamol, which you can do. And we were just like, here, maybe don't try it. Sorry, Jude makes the mistake of giving a national holiday to one of the worst parts of modern society. Gay pride. No, I'm joking. I'm only joking. That's not true. National Mascot Day falls on June 17th. There is nothing redeemable about these freaks of nature. When I see a mascot, I do not feel joy. Okay, chill. National Go Barefoot Day, June 1st. Again, some boys love that. Yeah, a bunch of these are stupid. You see this? It's ones like this. National 7-Eleven Day, July 11th. Okay, that doesn't matter. National Father-in-Law Day, July 30th. So you're buying your father-in-law to I need to go get my father-in-law like a big juicy steak or something. I don't know, I'm trying to think of manly things. But yeah, no, I'd never take a drug in my life. Wouldn't be for me. One pill will kill and all that stuff. One bag will snag, maybe. I don't know. One thing I do want to talk about, and you know what? If I remember, which I probably don't, I'll put a time code here to skip this section if you want to, but don't, because if you're a true listener to the podcast, you won't skip this section. Before we talk about this, though, I'll talk about the sponsors of the podcast, Go Barbecue Co. Massive shout out to Go Barbecue Co. Usually I do like a wee and it's a separate clip, but I'm like, you know what? We're raw. We're off the chain today. We are kicking it back old school style. It's just me and you guys, me and you, whoever you are listening right now. It's me and you. We're in this together right now, just a pair of us. I'm actually having fun. You know, I actually do feel like I need a line of Coke right now to keep my eyes open because it's 5 to 1 in the morning. Good grief. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? This podcast probably get 15 views. Do you know what I mean? No. Anyway, yeah. Ad read. Probably shouldn't have talked about wanting to do a bag of Coke before I do the ad read. Forget about it, don't worry. I actually do think drugs are awful. Stop it. Get some help.
Wipe the smile off your face!
Time to play the game.
Anyway, we are sponsored this week, as always, by Go Barbecue Co. Go Barbecue Co. is, how do I say this, the goats of the barbecue game. We are on the 5th of August now, Aaron Gurley's birthday, which means, listen, folks, you don't have much time left of barbecuing season necessarily, which means if I were you, I would head over to Go Barbecue Co. to make absolutely 100% sure that you grab some deals for your barbecues and get barbecuing before the summer's up. I think if Go Barbecue Co. keep us on as a sponsor, I want to do a big push in the wintertime for wintertime barbecuing. See that bird you're stuffing, and I don't mean when you find that out. I'm talking about those turkeys, baby. So I had to do it twice there. I didn't really get it right properly the first time. Anyway, I'm gonna have a big push for Christmas time turkeys, Christmas time barbecuing. Sorry, but I also, because you're coming to the end of these summer months, and you're probably thinking, oh, I can't really barbecue as much anymore, or is there a point getting a barbecue? Yes, because you can barbecue at any time of the year. Go Barbecue Co. have amazing discounts and stuff on their Instagram at Go Barbecue Co. And they're also continuing with their raffle page, Go Barbecue Lad Raffles, which for the price of, like, let's say a pan au chocolat, depending where you get it, you could win thousands of pounds worth of gear. Thanks to Go Barbecue Co. for sponsoring the podcast. Let's keep chatting. During that ad right there, a wee burp came up and I tasted probably what I had for dinner 4 days ago, and I went back down and I feel like being sick. Anywho, something huge happened for me over the weekend. Something that kind of brought my weekend from what was a 5 to a... Do you know, I feel like I've been harsh on Naked Gun. I really enjoyed Naked Gun. I thought it was a good bit of crack, and if you don't like Naked Gun, you'll not like Jimmy Santoro, because it's kind of similar in terms of how stupid it is. I really enjoyed Naked Gun, but there's bits of it I was like, oh, come on, guys, what are we doing? Anyway, over the weekend, I did Matthew Dinsmore's podcast on Friday, actually, as well as Jimmy Santoro, which is so funny because in it, he references me, and me as Jimmy. I talk about Daniel Houston as if he is another guy, whereas if you come over to Dolecast, I talk about Jimmy Santoro very obviously that it's me playing him. But I did Matthew's podcast on Saturday or Friday, what am I talking about? And as I got to his house, Sony Pictures posted a video of like a wee teaser of the new Spider-Man costume. I am so buzzing, mate. I'm just so buzzing. We didn't see much. We only saw like the raised webbing lines, and we saw like the corner of the shoulder, maybe over the chest. That was enough. That was all I needed. I was buzzing. Did the podcast, and as soon as I got out of the house, I was like, right, I need to see this again. Straight on Twitter. There wasn't loads to see, to be fair. And then the next day, the Saturday, they revealed Tom Holland in the suit, the nice blue and red Spider-Man suit. Unreal. Class. Couldn't be happier. And then for Sunday, they started filming in Glasgow, and we got the full look at like the Spider-Man costume. Brother, when I tell you this is pulled out of the comic page, like literally it feels like they ripped the suit out of the page and just went, give them that one, sure. Why don't we just do it properly? It felt like for the first time in years, the people making these movies just went, do you want to just do the thing that we're supposed to be doing? Like, we're doing Spider-Man, he has a blue and red costume, do you want to just give him that? Yeah, actually, yeah, why don't we do that? That makes sense. So I was chuffed. It was Sunday. I actually thought about flying over to Glasgow to watch them film, which would have obviously been class, but I'm getting so unbelievably tired. Oh, sorry. I like, you ever hear that thing of like, sometimes people sometimes people yawning makes other people yawn. I feel like if I yawned there and that made you yawn and you're driving, let's say on the motorway, you could end up crashing your car. But anyway, sorry, Alan Burns sent me something here. What is this? What could this possibly be? Oh my goodness, I don't even want to talk about it. No, it's not bad. Anyway, I'm just buzzing for that. And you know what? See solo episodes, I'm gonna get a wee bit more nerdy with it. I'm gonna get a wee bit more nerdy with it. And I'm gonna tell you folks right now, what time is it? It's exactly 1 a.m. I'm gonna tell you folks exactly what I wanna see. Exactly what I wanna see in this new Spider-Man movie. I wanna see Peter Parker with long hair. I want to see that gorgeous suit that they've. I think this is the best Spider-Man costume ever put to film. It is. Let's just say how it is. And if you're a listener to the Dolecast and you're not that big into films, walk with me here. Just walk with me. You don't have to be massive into it. You know, sometimes you listen to podcasts and they're like, "Oh, this is like that football signing in 2008," and I'm not a big football guy. Pardon me. No need for that whatsoever. But you know what? As I say, we're raw, we're uncut, we're doing it. I'm not a big football guy, but I can appreciate that these boys are passionate about football and they're making me football reference. This is what I need to see for Spider-Man 4. Okay, brand new day. The rumours, I'm going to sound like such a wee flippin' nerd here. The rumours are that the Hulk is going to be in it actually, and the Punisher is also going to be in it. Man, I need to see Hulk in it, truthfully. Very short amount of time. Have it be Bruce Banner, have it be Peter Parker and him just, being scientist something class. And then have a big fight at the end. Great stuff. Similar to Fantastic Four, give me a wee montage at the start with all the wee villains, love that. That'd be great. And give Zendaya a very small role. If she's gonna be in it, give her a very, very small role. Sorry, I don't want to nerd you out too much. But if you didn't like that, you're gonna hate this next section. There's someone walking in the stairs there at 1 o'clock in the morning. Don't like that. You're gonna hate this next section. Basically, when I was a child growing up, and even now, folks, I don't hide this in this podcast. I love plastic bricks. I love plastic Lego bricks. I love it so much. I actually, not that this has become a job, but I want to put out a podcast every week. If this was a hobby, that sounds stupid. It is a hobby. If this was like a hobby that I don't want to be my full-time job, I wouldn't be as concerned with putting a podcast out every week. But I appreciate that there is people that watch this every week. Rain, hail or shine. And for those guys, I am massively thankful to you. I hope you know that. Get emotional here like we loser. But then I was like, I need a hobby. I need some sort of new hobby. I kind of want to read again. Aaron gave me a few comic books. Oh my goodness, what a flipping virgin sentence. Aaron gave me a few comic books. Like All-Star Superman and Batman 89. I've actually read a decent chunk of Batman 89 and I want to finish it. And then I want to finish Superman. And then I want to read Jeremy Clarkson's Diddley Squat Farm book, which I bought 2 or 3 years ago to go on holiday with, and never read it. But I'd like to read those. But maybe reading's a hobby, isn't it? Yeah. So I'd like to do that. But also, I want to get into stop motion animation, something that I can just do. I love filmmaking and everything, but stop motion animation is just insane, like the effort. And there's a guy on YouTube called Forest Fire Films. Shout out if you're watching. Maybe I'll send him this. I'd love this. He's from America. He's one of those guys I'd love to actually get on the podcast, and just that episodes like that would be only for me. That's just like what a achievement. You know what? I might look into that. I'd love to chat to him. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. He does just the most incredible stop motion animation videos I've ever seen. Like, these are industry standard. Like, looks like the sort of stop motion Lego movie films that are like made to look like stop motion but are fake. Like, it's computer generated. But this guy is the real deal. It's all practical. It's so cool. And a few weeks ago, I had some Star Wars Lego sitting in the room, and I was like, you know what, Daniel? Let's make this your hobby. You're going to do this as like a wee background thing. I edited 2 seconds of footage and I sent it to Aaron, and I just went, "This is tough, like, isn't it?" Not even the time. I don't care about the time because I think it's cool to move all the wee figures and it takes much time. That's awesome. And it's so nerdy. And I like that, but it's more like making sure it looks good and the light and everything. I didn't like that aspect of it. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is there's a little Lego set coming out that I think I'm going to try and snab myself for the festive season, which is the Lego Batman Arkham Asylum. Okay, stay with me here. For those of you that don't know what Arkham Asylum is, it's the jail in the Batman universe where all the villains, basically have mental attacks. Every Batman villain is just a walking advert for mental health issues, like, aren't they? But basically, the set is kind of it's a big, massive jail set. It's like £300 class. Absolutely take my money. I'll never see it again. But the set's like a homage, as it were, to when Lego first started doing Lego Batman sets. So like the designs of the characters are kind of updated versions of old versions of the characters. I love that. Nostalgia. I love nostalgia. That's my bread and butter. I love like the vibe of, like, even if you're not into Lego and Batman all now, I would say 90% of the, maybe not the female population, but 90% of the male population watching this, if you're a similar age to me or a little bit older, would have played the Lego Batman video games as a child. They used to hit like crack. That was probably my first introduction to those type of characters, is like just run about and they're all going and they're doing, like, not speaking words. Unreal. I just love the vibes of that are chef's kiss. Unreal. And this set kind of is a bit of a homage to that in certain ways. So what I thought we could do, is look back on what was my Lego Batman growing up. Okay, so there's like I've a laptop here of, like, basically the way Lego works is, and you know what, people might go, I'm not really into Lego, don't care about this section. Let me educate you. I am educating you here on something just incredible. So let me educate you. Okay, stay with me. Lego basically did, I might start doing these more solo episodes, being like, you know what, let's just pick a wave of Lego sets at the end of the episode and just get stuck into them because I flipping love it, right? I'm on Vinted. I feel like that there's a leaked photo of Tom Cruise, also Tom Cruise and Anna de Armas are going out. Go ahead, son. See that photo of them in the back of the limousine? I knew the second I laid my eyes on that. I was like, Tom is a man on a mission there. And if he hasn't got it yet, he will get it. He's Ethan Hunt, for crying out loud. He's going to get that every time. If he wants something, he gets it. Anyway, I digress. Pardon me. My throat's getting a bit sore because I have literally talked for 44 minutes straight. I don't think people understand, with no producer here, talking for 44 minutes straight is kind of mental. Anyway, again, I digress. Where was I? Yes, I thought we could look back at what were, when I was growing up, like P5, P6, P7 was like the golden age of Lego Batman stuff. So this wave, I think, came out in 2012. Let me get my laptop here. There we go. Oh no, I've knocked it all over. Yeah, let me get my laptop up here. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not going to put these on the screen, mainly because I don't have time editing-wise, but I will describe these to the last detail, especially for audio listeners. And I want you to play along at home, okay? If you had these Lego sets growing up as a child, then I'll describe them and you picture it and you go, oh, it's unreal. Because all I've typed in here is Lego Batman 2012 sets. These are all on the World Wide Web for you to check out. We'll start off small. This was the first one I got. I still I still have the remains of this. This is a set that's been long destroyed. It's a very small set, to be fair. It is. It was. I think it was £12, maybe 11 when it came out, and I was like P5 when I got it, and I think I like. When your granny gives you like a fiver each week, they're like, spend that in a wee bag of sweets. And you're like, it's simply not the 30s anymore, and no one runs the local corner shop and goes, can I get some brandy bowls, please? They just don't do that. So I saved maybe the five that my grannies gave me. That sounds like they're lesbian. I don't mean like that. Granny's my mom's side and granny's my dad's side. Don't worry about it. And I bought this set, and I remember the box being like shiny. Like they don't make it like that anymore. Like it was like cardboard laced. It sounds like it's sounds like I've been drugged. It was like wrapped in like some sort of shiny foil. It was unbelievable. And in the set you get Lego Catwoman on a purple bike, and Batman with like a blue glider. Unreal. Simple set. Two good characters. Batman didn't come with a cape. That was my only criticism. But I'm sure Lego were furious. Came with a wee traffic light, and a few jewels for Catwoman to steal. Unreal. I need to yawn. Hold on. Sorry. I'm so sorry. We're nearly done. Then comes a set that I never got, but boy oh boy was I jealous didn't get it. I had a friend who I lost contact with mainly because I moved primary schools, who had this set growing up, and I just remember being so unbelievably jealous of him. This is called Batman and the Two-Face Chase. Now, for the real ones that remember this was an all-timer. I want to know how much these would retail for back in the day, because back in the day, like, this to me was like, oh my goodness, so much money. Like, I wish I could get this. It probably, it was £50 back in the day, which, to be honest, more than I thought. Or maybe, I don't know. Oh, this was released in 2011. I've got the year wrong. I apologize. £50. You know what? In fact, you wouldn't get a set like that these days. So for £50, you were getting, sorry, folks. 2 seconds. My laptop was playing tricks on me. You were getting a Batmobile and a Two-Face truck and a bank. Actually, in fact, this is well worth it for £50. And you got a police officer, Two-Face like thugs, and Batman and Two-Face, obviously. This might be the one that got away. In fact, I'm going to look this up on eBay. Hey, that rhymed. I'm going to look this up on eBay. Lego Batman Two-Face Chase. Because I'll tell you this for free, folks. If this is about, oh my goodness, £16. There's a sealed one, £89. Whew, I wish, mate. Who do you think I am? There it is there, complete. Opened in the box. £68. No, I don't think I'd pay £68 for it. But, that was a great set. I was always gutted I didn't get that. Maybe I still will. If a listener wants to gift it to me, that would be just fantastic. There's one there for £37, actually. Oh, he's not selling the Two-Face figure. See, what a scumbag. What a total scumbag. I'm kind of mainly in it for the Two-Face figure, but I don't want to spend £68. And that's at least. So, if anyone wants to gift me that, do that. Anyway, I digress. That was a belter. If we're doing a tier list of these, the Catwoman one with the bike is probably like looking back now, it's probably like if A tier's the top. No, God tier's the top. That's probably like a B, solid B. This Two-Face one is a high A. There's only a few others that break into God tier. Or in fact, the rest of these might actually break in to God tier. I'll start off with the first one. The dynamic duo Joker Funhouse. Unreal. I had a friend from primary school that had this. He hadn't built it. Oh my goodness, I'm getting hacked. Okay, don't want to touch that. Yeah, he had never built this. He just couldn't bother, whatever. I remember being actually angry that he didn't want to buy it, or build it, because I was like, how can you just fumble an opportunity to build such an incredible Lego set? This is class. Came with Joker, Harley Quinn, Riddler, Batman, Robin. Looking back, there's not much to it. Like, it really isn't much to it now. Let me see how much this went for back in the day. No way. Are you serious? This is 40 quid back in the day. What? There's no way that was 40 quid. What? To me, back in the day, that was huge. Like, huge. 40 quid? Man, I might buy that now. Let me look that one up as well. Lego Batman Joker Funhouse. If this is cheap, she's getting snapped up. 71 best offer. There's 42 best offer. Is that sealed? Complete. Does it come with the figures? Oh, what a loot. I just sound like such a gimp, like, don't I? Does it come with the figures? I don't want it if it doesn't come with the figures. Complete with all pieces, minifigures, boxes, and manuals, all in great condition. So it does. I mean, yeah, so it does. I might actually buy that. 42 quid. I will favorite that. I'll favorite it. Oh, I need to sign in. Maybe I won't. Oh, no. Apple ID. Sorted. I'll give that a wee favorite. Right. We're nearly at an hour and I want to go to bed. So we need to speed up a wee bit. But let's see what else we had here. So we had, again, I had this set. I can't believe this went for as much as it did. Like, crazy. Batwing Battle over Gotham City. This was chef's kiss. You got everything you needed. You got Joker. You got a Joker goon to pilot the helicopter. You got the Batwing. Incredible. Unreal. 35 quid. Like, you wouldn't get 5 pieces of Lego for 35 quid these days. Never mind 2 full vehicles, a helicopter and a Batwing. That's just incredible. I mean, I'd actually love to know let me actually look this up on my good friend ChatGPT. If something, basically because of, what's that word? Inflation. If something cost me £35 in 2011, what would the price be today? We're answering the real questions here. 47%, so that would be about £51 today, which, to be honest, totally fair for that set. You'd pay 50 quid for that, no bother today, like, no bother. We've only a couple more here. That is a belter. I'm saving the best for last. We had the Batman Arkham Asylum Breakout. I never had this. Not mad keen on it, to be fair. It was cool because Robin came with a wee hood. That was cool. But this came with Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, decent. Penguin, decent. 129 quid back in the day. Value new, 142. So, like, these sets have only been gone up like a tenner, which is class, and, like, you know, close to 15 years. 15-year-old Lego. Oh my goodness, it's mad. Not much to say about this one, even though it's the most expensive in the wave. It's like just okay. You could still buy it up until I tell a lie. This launched in 2013, so like same idea. We get the crack like, but not as close as I thought it was. I'll put that like it's still a very high B. Like it's a great set, but the best set, and we'll finish with this. The absolute best. Do a thumbnail face here. Best Lego Batman set of the wave was the Batcave. I got this for my birthday, I think. It was $69.99 for at release, which for me back in the day I remember thinking this must be what it feels like to have £1 million having 70 quid. Like that's what a set. Came, Batman, Robin, it came with Bane, Poison Ivy, just the lads, had a great transformation feature where you put Bruce Wayne, who for those who don't know is Batman's alter ego, in the top, and the thing fell down, and it was Batman fully transformed. Just unreal. I'd love to buy this again. In fact, I have most of these pieces sitting somewhere. I'd love to try and rebuild it as best I can. Maybe I'll make that my hobby, is rebuilding Lego sets that I basically didn't take care of as a child. Maybe that's what I'll do. That is a god tier set. The Batwing one is also a god tier set. Just so good. Maybe we'll bring back the tier lists more because people like that. Just so many good sets. So many good sets. Now you get into like there's one from 2016, 75 quid, Killer Croc Sewer Smash, and I didn't really get any. I kind of flaked out on DC for a long time. There's a 40 quid set that looks like it should be 20 quid and no more. Stuff like that is frustrating. To see what's happened to the old brand of Lego. But you know what, Lego, if you want to send me some free sets, I would certainly love that. But yeah, unreal. Good times all around. Folks, that is the Dolecast for this week. We will absolutely be back with a guest next week. I was going to say a name. I don't want to in case they're not free. They might not be free. But we'll definitely be back with some sort of guest next week. If you have any ideas for guests, leave them in the comments below, because obviously I want to chat to people that you guys want to hear me chat to. That'd be good crack. Also, Wafflers, the live podcast we did, will be out not next week, but maybe the week after. I don't know. I'm editing it, so take that with a grain of salt. That's very naughty. Very naughty. So don't expect it on my channel, folks. You know me. You know what they say. The Nikkei 30 of the comedy scene strikes again. Family friendly over here. What's the most naughty word I could say right now and get away with? Prick. You're a prick. Whoa. You know what? Shouldn't have said that. I apologize. Nikkei 30. But yeah. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be posting loads of stuff over the next couple of weeks. Keep an eye out on the socials for a number of things. Number one priority being Jimmy Santoro in Bombs Away. The first trailer is dropping at the start of September. Keep an eye for that, because before the trailer, there will be cast announcements going out on my Instagram. Keep an eye on everybody's Instagrams that you may have heard me talk about, because we're going pedal to the metal with this one so that we can make the next one even better. So yeah, thanks to Go Barbecue Co for sponsoring the podcast. Thanks to you for listening to me talk nonsense for an hour. I really appreciate you doing that. That means the world. That means the absolute world to me. I just remembered that it actually wasn't. I took a minute at the start in silence, so we're technically only 59 minutes in. So I've just kind of extended it a wee bit. Don't worry about it. I'm just waffling. Way Waffler's out in 2 weeks. And I think, is there anything else to plug? No, I don't think so. I guess you could say I'm out of ideas. Little old me there teasing something, which is also coming soon. But put it this way, folks, you'll know about it. You'll know about it because it'll be everywhere. So don't worry about that. Thanks very much for watching this episode. Let me know your favourite toys. That's what I meant to say. Nostalgia toys that you had growing up. Let me know them down below, and I'll talk about them on the next solo episode. I'll review them. I'm gonna clip this, okay? Well, I'm gonna clip this. Comment below whatever your favorite toy was from your childhood, and I will buy whatever one is the highest liked one or top comment. If no one comments anything, then I'll buy nothing, and we'll all just be sad, won't we? And you know what? I'll just look like a mug. So comment down below on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you're seeing this video. Comment your favorite toy from your childhood down below, and the one that gets the most likes or most requests, I will buy and review on a solo episode. How about that for a slice of fried gold? Anyway, folks, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.